No.
Shit's crazy.
I've never seen this before. Good morning, you guys. We are getting ready to go snowboarding today. Husband's getting gas right now, but we have all our stuff ready. Yesterday, I went to go get some snow pants because I don't have any. It is really cold, and it did snow a lot here.
Run two.
Let me see. Hold on. Good morning. It is the next day from snowboarding, and I don't think I showed you guys anything of me snowboarding besides when we were sitting on the mountain, and that's because I'm still kind of learning. I've only gone snowboarding 2 other times, and that was over 3 years ago. The first time I ever snowboarded was in Gatlinburg, and it was a very small slope, and I really didn't snowboard for that long just because the snow wasn't really that great, because in Gatlinburg it was all man-made, so it was mostly just ice, so we didn't really do that much. And then the second time was when I visited my husband in California, and we did snowboard, and I feel like I was getting a lot better there because his dad really helped me learn how to like snowboard and what to do. And my husband, he knows how to snowboard, but he's not a great teacher at it. So I think when we did at Gatlinburg, the only thing I really did was learn how to just really stop. So I was just stopping all the way down the mountain. And then when we went to California, his dad actually taught me like a lot of technique, but then I didn't snowboard again for like 3, almost 4 years. So I really don't remember anything that he taught me. So I basically had to relearn this time when we went, and it was okay in the beginning, and then we went down the slope. So the slope from the top to the end was 3.5 miles down, and we just went down on the beginner slope, so they were all green and there was a lot of like resting stops and stuff. But again, my husband's not the best teacher. He did really great and he was really helpful every time something did happen, but I did fall a lot and I try to do my best. I think I just don't know how to like stand straight, and he noticed that. Like, I don't know how to keep my balance, so I definitely need to learn a lot. But then we went down the second time and I was told him I was really tired, and he said, yeah, I think you're mostly tired because you're basically just stopping all the way down the mountain. He said when he learned how to snowboard, that's basically what he did, and then I would just like switch from left to right because that's all I felt comfortable with, when I guess it's best to like stay straight and move like this to control your speed. But I was flipping my board like all the way around and then doing like the stopping position, so my legs were super tired. He said, I think this is gonna be our last one, plus the slopes closed early, and so I felt really bad because I know he really wanted to go fast, but he said he had fun, and so I'd let him go like ahead, and then I would try to catch down because I knew it would take me longer to get down. So he would stop at like each little intersection and wait for me. And there was the second time when we went down, we got around, I think like halfway down the mountain, and he went a little bit further, and I was going down the mountain and I felt like I had it. Like, I was like, I'm going straight, I'm doing so good. And then my board like switched forward, and so I like leaned forward because I was gonna try to move it back straight, and when I leaned forward, my board like went into the snow, and the slope I was on was probably like this, and I was probably like right here, and my board just ate it, and so I went flying forward like right onto my chest. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm moving like my whole body because I literally felt the worst pain, and it was just, I like this is my head and like this is the slope, and I went poof, and I went and I just slid down and then just stopped. But I think when I went down, I kind of like went like this with my head, which I'm so thankful I had a helmet on, I had goggles on, I'm just so thankful because I think it could have been a lot worse. But when I went down, I hit like my chest, and then my head kind of went in and out. That really hurt. I don't know why I did that. So I think I got whiplash. I still had to go down halfway. My husband said when he turned around, he saw me hit the ground, and then he walked up back the mountain to come and check on me. But I immediately just like stood up, and immediately in my head I thought, I'm paralyzed, even though I moved. But like, that was like the first thought that went into my mind, was like, I'm paralyzed, I can't move. And then I was like sitting in like a sit-up position because I was just on my ground, and then I rolled over with my snowboard, and then I got up, and I was like, and I just heard cracking all down my back. And so I was like, okay, like it didn't hurt at the moment. I was like, I'm fine, like I can move clearly. And so then I got up, and no, I didn't get up. My husband picked me up, and I was sitting on the ground and I was crying, and then wanted to make sure, because he was like, are you okay? Like, do we need to call somebody? Are you okay? And I was crying, and then I was like, I'm fine. Like, I think I was just more in shock, and so that's why I cried. And then I immediately just started laughing, and I was like, I just ate it, like so bad. And I was so confident. I was like, I'm doing so good, I'm gonna catch up to him, I got this, like this is my time, like I'm gonna be able to go down this whole slope, because I knew the faster we get down, the faster like we could go and like relax and stuff. And I think I just got so excited that I wasn't focusing on what I was doing, and then that's when my board turned and I immediately just fell. So then he picked me up, we walked down to like where his area was, because it's a little bit flatter. It was like near the intersection where the slope splits into like a blue and a green area. And he's like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you feel like you hit like your head or anything? And I was like, I mean, I felt like I hit my head, but I think because of my helmet and I fell in like a nice pile of snow, my head was fine. But I think I just whipped so fast back up that's what gave me like, I guess, a whiplash. And that was the only part. And he asked me if anything hurt, and I told him like right here was like sore, but like it didn't hurt like it hurts today. So he was like, okay, well, let's just make it to the bottom and then we'll just like go home, the slopes are closing anyways. And I was like, okay, like I was apologizing. He's like, there's nothing to apologize, you're fine, I'm just glad I was there. And I was like, yeah, me too. And so then we keep going down the slopes. And at this point my legs are super tired because I'm not snowboarding correctly. I'm still doing like the stopping. I think after the fall I even got more scared, so I was being like really slow and just taking my time. And so I got to the bottom of the slope, and then he took off my snowboard boots and everything for me, and then he asked me if I was okay still, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like the only thing that really hurts is just this, but it was like a tiny little bit of soreness. I was like, I'm fine. He was like, okay. And then that was it. We basically just went to go return my snowboarding boots and my helmet. And then I was just talking about how thankful I had my helmet on. He's like, yes, that's so good. And I was talking earlier when we first started snowboarding. I was like, I feel like a dummy. Everyone here doesn't have a helmet. And there was like a bunch of like people on the school bus are talking about like, people who have helmets and stuff. And I think that made me like a little bit insecure. They were like, oh, we haven't worn a helmet since we were little, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just standing there with like my helmet. And I'm like, my husband doesn't wear a helmet, but he knows how to snowboard. He's been snowboarding for a while. He was like, you're not dumb. You're being safe. A lot of people are dumb who don't wear helmets, even though he doesn't wear a helmet. But and I was like, okay. And he's like, I would prefer you to wear your helmet always. Even if you do like master snowboarding, still wear a helmet. And I think after this, I think I'm gonna like always wear a helmet just because I don't know what could happen, or like I could hit like an ice. Like there was some spots that were very icy, and then some spots that were just a lot of like fresh snow because it did snow. But yeah, that's what happened. I don't have much footage of me snowboarding or anything like that because I think my husband and I were just trying to practice. We run a lot of like kiddie slope for me to just get my groundings of how to snowboard and everything. But I felt like I was doing good, and then I just ate it, and I felt like I went back a couple steps because I think I was so scared after that. But I felt like I was kind of getting it, at least going like straight and then like heel stopping I was getting really good at. But then I fell, and I think it scared me, so I went back a couple steps. And he said he noticed that too on the rest of the way down. He noticed that I was like only in the stop position, and I was like taking extra long at like the intersections to keep going. Plus my legs were tired. But yeah, I don't have much footage of any of that, but I do have a little bit of stuff. And when we did hit like really bad traffic going there and coming back home, so that took a long time. I think we spent more time in the car just because it did snow, and I think going up that mountain a lot of people were scared, and semi trucks were going that way, and there was like a 6% grade, so I think everyone was just taking a really safe time to go up and down the mountain. But yeah, that was fun. I'm in a lot of pain now that I woke up. Like I feel like my whole neck is very stiff, and like I can move it, but like I think this side is the worst because I can only move it like so far. Like this side's good, and then when I go this way, like I can only go like right here, and then it starts to hurt. And then just me moving my head back, it hurts like all right here, and then I feel like my whole like here but in my back is so sore and tight. And I woke up this morning and it was just in so much pain. So yeah, I definitely think I really hurt myself, but everything that I kind of like read online shows that it's just like whiplash and nothing too serious. I don't want to go to a doctor, so I think I'm just gonna see, but like I can still move it, so it's not like broken. I think it's just really strained just because the way that I fell. But yeah, my husband said I should probably take snowboarding lessons next time, and so I might do that, or I might just keep trying to learn on my own. That really hurt, but yeah, it was still super fun. Like I felt like I had a lot of fun. My husband says he still had a lot of fun. I know he really wanted to go on some other routes that they had there, which I'm hoping once I learn a lot more and like can control my board and stuff, we'll be able to do it. But I mean, this is only like, I feel like I had to like restart. This is only like my, I feel like first time snowboarding again, just because those other 2 times were so long ago. And I feel like every time we went, I felt like I was able to grasp it, but then we had to leave, so I wasn't able to like fully use it after I kind of like learned. But yeah, I'm hoping I get better, and I hope you guys enjoy this little bit that I do have. And if you are planning on trying to snowboard or anything, definitely take lessons if you can, and wear a helmet, because I think if I wouldn't have worn that helmet, I would have been in a lot rougher shape. So I don't care if people think I look stupid or whatever, I'm always gonna wear a helmet just because I know it's really scary, I think, after you experience like your first big fall. So yeah, if you guys are doing any of these, whether it's skiing or snowboarding, definitely, if it's your first time, be safe, take it slow, and just really just take your time. Like I feel like if you have to take those lessons, take them, or just keep practicing the same thing until you master it, and wear all the protective gear that you can, just because you never know what can happen. Even if you think that you can control your board, something could come up and you could hit like an ice part, and then your board can just slip right under you and you could really hurt yourself. So yeah, definitely they make those for a reason, so definitely keep being really careful. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!